Hey everyone, how's it going? We're happy to have people tuning in from all over the world. If you're new here, welcome to the family. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Missiles from the Houthis broke through Tel Aviv's defenses, and Sana'a just announced the closure of Ben Gurion Airport.
An airline operating in Tel Aviv has suspended its flights, and the Houthis are now threatening Saudi Arabia and the UAE with an all-out war.
The U.S. Department of Defense has revealed some terrifying behind-the-scenes details about the Red Sea conflict.
Israeli helicopters failed to evacuate the wounded. Meanwhile, Trump has fired White House officials who supported Tel Aviv.
Chile has cut off diplomatic ties with Israel, and the U.S. ambassador to Israel is calling for the division of France. Yep, seriously.
Egypt is reportedly planning a strategic alliance with one of Israel's biggest enemies, while Washington is handing Iran a golden ticket to the uranium enrichment finals.
Zelensky has locked himself inside a secure room out of fear of a Russian response. At the same time, the UK and NATO are gearing up for a possible war with Moscow's allies. It's looking like this war isn't slowing down anytime soon. Any truce or ceasefire might be the only way to stop the Houthis and Tel Aviv from escalating things even further. From Yemen's shadow wars to direct clashes in Tel Aviv, fighting is also escalating in the Gaza Strip. According to Sky News, intense close-quarters combat is underway between Palestinian factions and Israeli forces in the Jabalia camp, but Israel has kept tight control over media coverage of casualties. At the same time, 2 Israeli soldiers were jailed after refusing to return to the battlefield, reportedly due to exhaustion. Also, signs of tension between Trump and Netanyahu have emerged. The newspaper Yedioth Ahronoth reported concerns in the Knesset about the recent wave of firings in Trump's administration, which included several pro-Israel figures. Things are moving so fast in D.C. that more pro-Netanyahu officials could be axed soon. Netanyahu is said to be worried about growing skepticism toward him in Washington.
To make things worse, U.S. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee publicly slammed American media, accusing it of spreading misinformation about Gaza and creating an anti-Semitic atmosphere that he claims led to 2 violent attacks in Washington and Colorado. When asked about Chile cutting off diplomatic ties with Israel, Huckabee didn't comment directly.
Observers say Netanyahu's relationships are starting to fall apart, even with allies. According to the Hebrew outlet Konim Shutafim, the U.S. ambassador to Tel Aviv said something pretty wild. If France is so serious about wanting to see a Palestinian state, then let them give up part of the French Riviera and build one there. Yep, he actually said that.
Meanwhile, things are happening that Netanyahu probably never even imagined in his worst nightmares. Back in the day, Trump would have never made concessions to Tehran, and Egypt definitely wouldn't have been on friendly terms with Iran's supreme leader. But here we are. Netanyahu's worst fears are becoming reality.
According to a report from Axios, the new U.S. proposal for reviving the Iran nuclear deal would actually allow Iran to enrich uranium. That's a major contradiction from what top American officials have been saying publicly. The Trump administration, through this new proposal, has sparked concerns from its allies, both in Congress and in Tel Aviv. Under the deal, Iran wouldn't be allowed to build any new enrichment facilities, and it would also have to dismantle key infrastructure used for uranium processing. The plan also requires Iran to stop all research and development on advanced centrifuges. In response, Tehran said it's currently preparing its official reply to the U.S. proposal, which was passed along through the Omani foreign minister during ongoing indirect nuclear talks between Iran and the U.S. That's according to Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. At the same time, things have been heating up between Tehran and Cairo.
Egypt's foreign minister made a statement saying that security and freedom of navigation in the Red Sea are crucial for the region and the whole world, and that if things escalate militarily, everyone loses. When it comes to the Iranian nuclear file, he also mentioned that Egypt's relationship with Iran is clearly improving. This coincided with another call from Egyptian Deputy Foreign Minister Badr Abdel Atti, who said that Israel should join the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Ukraine flips the table. It's amazing what a year and a half can do for a country like Ukraine. They went from being the weakest player at the negotiation table to hitting one of Russia's most sensitive military targets, its nuclear bases. But of course, that kind of move doesn't come without consequences. Ukrainian sources said Zelensky and top leadership were moved to an undisclosed location to protect them from a potential Russian retaliation. At the same time, CNN reported that the U.S. warned its European allies that Russia might respond inappropriately to Ukraine's airstrikes on Russian airbases. That warning prompted Britain to move into a war-ready posture. The British Prime Minister said the threat from Russia can't be ignored, and Keir Starmer announced plans to build 6 new munitions factories and invest £15 billion in nuclear warhead production. Meanwhile, NATO confirmed that the Russia-China-North Korea-Iran alliance is clearly aimed at countering NATO itself. And even though the fighting between Moscow and Kiev is intense on the battlefield, behind closed doors, things are oddly quiet.
According to Russia's RIA Novosti, Russia and Ukraine held secret talks in Istanbul to discuss a prisoner swap, and the results will be officially announced soon. In a major update from those negotiations, Ukrainian Defense Minister and lead negotiator Rustem Umerov revealed some key points from the recent discussions. The two sides agreed on a humanitarian exchange, and Ukraine made one thing very clear: they're demanding a complete and unconditional ceasefire for at least 30 days. According to Umerov, this pause is meant to give both sides a breather and create space for